Fredde, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello, I'm here.
All right. Hey, sorry about all that trouble, but I'm glad you made it through. So very awesome.
Yeah, I need to have four of two zeros before the one.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I wondered if it had to be
Yeah.
something different. So, well, hey, welcome to the show. I appreciate you taking the time to call me. I know it's not late there for you. It's nice and early in the morning, but I
It's
appreciate.
early in the morning, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, we just got done playing two tracks from your new 7-inch
Yeah.
before you called, and any response so far from people that you've had that have heard the
Yeah,
new
they
7-inch?
liked it. Yeah, they called it heavy,
Yeah.
and there's a little bit of trash also in it. So yeah, also the trash people liking it. Yep.
Yeah, it's and I love the crunch that you guys have on all your stuff. I've been a big fan since we've interacted on Facebook quite a lot. This is the first time I think we've talked, not in person, but amazing stuff. So I'm hoping that people that haven't heard the band before heard it tonight, and will go out and check out the band even more. So I wanted to ask you, have you ever had the opportunity to play in the U.S. or any plans for a U.S. tour in the future?
No, not before.
No.
Not before. Yeah, maybe a booker who was not realistic about cost and all that kind of stuff, but nothing that guaranteed our the good things about touring.
It's costly. I mean, it's expensive, especially come overseas. So you're one of the bands that I really, really want to see. I'm in the same boat. I can't afford to pay the plane ticket to fly out there to see you guys play. I'd love to, but hopefully someday you'll find somebody that's gonna do you solid and not make you pay out the you know what. So so with a single
but
that
once in a while we have some live videos when we play live. We always put a song or sometimes also a full show online. So in that case, you can be a little bit and taste the atmosphere.
Yeah,
but the real thing is, of course, the best thing.
Yeah, and I like getting to meet a couple weeks ago I interviewed Rob from Necronomicon out of Canada, and then a few days later they actually played in Lincoln, and I got to meet him, and it was almost like I knew him because we had talked on Facebook and talked in the studio, and so it was it's nice to be able to meet you guys face to face and just shoot the bull. So it's awesome. Out of curiosity, since you guys have the 7-inch, are you working on a full length for 2020?
No. We are slow with songwriting, and the choice to make a 7-inch was because we are slow. We had also a new lineup. Already have a new lineup again. We have now a extra singer, so we are now with 4 people. And all those lineup changes make it difficult to make a full-length album because we are concentrating on the old stuff every time. So
very cool.
But
cool.
we are, So, but we're pretty slow in songwriting.
Well, honestly, though, I mean that's better than just pounding out an album every year and giving people kind of crap. You take time and actually when you write it. So
we are critical about making new stuff, and so the way we do it is we have some rough ideas and tape them, and a month later we listen to it again because then we all forget it. And then we are listening to it like a listener,
right?
And then we are, So we get we make a distance from it, and then we see and re-listen to it. That's the way how we are making our songs.
That's actually kind of a cool way to do it. You put something down and walk away from it for a while and go back and gives you a fresh look and a fresh listen. Absolutely. Yeah.
Out
of curiosity, who is one of your biggest influences? What bands that maybe made you want to do what you do, play music? And
for me, it's Entombed and also Prong with Tommy Victor. Yeah, because I like this riffing from this man.
Yeah.
But for the other guys, I think it's Metallica for our drummer, and for our bass player, it's more a hardcore punk. He has not many. Yeah, they both like Entombed, but we have all different views on the heavy music.
Right.
Oh yeah, and our bass player is also liking noise and grindcore. So yeah.
That's quite a mix, yeah. But you can hear, you can definitely hear without it just being a regurgitation of Entombed, you can hear that. I love that the Sunlight Studio sound that they had back in the day. There's a lot of bands that are just doing it, just basically copying that whole style. But you guys have a little bit of thrash, lots of a little bit of death metal, and then it's got that enough of that punch that, quite honestly, a lot of the American bands don't have. I noticed that even in the early 90s, the American bands that came out, they had the drums up front, and they wanted to show off just how good their drummers were. The guitars are in the back, and then the European bands that guitar is just in your face. It's just like a wall of sound, and I don't know why people don't like that. It's just awesome, and that's one of the reasons that your band, I was drawn to your band as well, because it's got that great punch to it. So, if you had, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's also an influence for me, the Sunlight Studio, and I'm producing all those albums for Massive Assault. And that was also a main influence sound-wise. Also the characteristics from the guitar with the crunchy sound from the Scandinavian metal.
Yeah,
that is that's the nice thing in death metal, I think. The upfront guitars, because when I see a band live, it's mostly the drum. What you are saying also with the American bands,
right?
But the drummers are up front, and you don't hear what they are playing actually, but you can hear rhythm, and that's all.
Yeah, yeah.
but I like it.
It's the guitar sound, and I've actually had friends that. That sound is so atrocious that I hate that guitar sound, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It sounds it's amazing. It's and it's kind of been over the last, let's say, 10 years, they've added a lot of bands have just come out, and it's basically worshiping old school Entombed, where, like, I think with you guys again, like it's got that, you've got that guitar punch, but you're not just repeating Left Hand Path. You're doing your own thing, and you can hear that influence. You mentioned Prong. The early Prong was almost thrashy, but they have those. So really cool how it's all mixed together. So, if you had to, so the people listening here on the show right now that maybe have never heard Massive Assault before, what album would you say if you had to tell them an album to start with? Which album would you tell them to start with?
I would say our last album,
Mortar.
It's most diverse. So I think a lot of people can connect maybe with that album. But our first album is more raw, and more probably the old school death metal lovers will connect with that album the best.
Right.
And in between we have, of course, also an album. It's sound-wise, I think it's not our best, and maybe also with the songs, but that's pure opinion.
Right. Yeah, and everybody has their own.
I think our last album, Mortar, that one, I connect with that album best, because that is everything we people in the band put together.
Right.
And I think the first album is more an album that is from a perspective from one person. And that person is me, because I mostly write the songs on that album. But I like in it that all the different thoughts from all band members come together in the last album from Mortar.
Right. It kind of makes it more of an ownership of everybody. They, and I think, yeah, you can tell. Plus, as time goes on, you start to get more comfortable with each other, and you can hear the difference. And the production on Mortar was awesome. I mean, yeah. So I that's what I was thinking. That would tell, if somebody asked me about it. Although I don't think there's a bad album. I love every one of the ones you put out. So yeah, I think that like you said, the earlier stuff is raw. So, but there's nothing wrong with that.
And also, there are a lot of people who are saying our first EP is sounding much more raw than the first full-length album of ours. And that one is maybe more over the top. It's a bit against our let's say it's more grindcore kind of, but and also a bit of crust punk maybe.
Yeah. But
that one is this raw. It was done with not too much technique in the studio, so yeah, that but was sounding good. So that's yeah.
Very cool, very cool. Well, I know that we didn't want to stay on a super long time, so I wanted to take a chance to thank you. I'm going to be posting stuff about the 7-inch on my Facebook page, and anybody that's listening tonight can go to Massive Assault's Facebook page and check out all sorts of information about. Do you guys have a website as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a website called massiveassault.ua.
Okay. So if people are interested in, like, say, merch and things like that, they can purchase it directly off that site then?
Yeah, well, there is a button merch, and then they go to our Bandcamp. Because if you go to Bandcamp, you Google Bandcamp and Massive Assault, you go also to our Bandcamp. And there we have a shop with our merch.
Okay.
With music, you can stream it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, I'm proud to be able to have played the new single tonight. Hopefully, people that heard it really enjoy it as much as I do, and I will be a massive supporter of the band always, because I've loved you guys since the first time I heard you, and I appreciate you taking the time to call. I apologize that I can't call out from the studio. Still working through all this stuff. You're actually only my second on-air interview, but when your new single came out. But I appreciate you calling. Thanks so much, Fredde. And good luck with the single.
I'm sending the single to you.
Okay.
It's going on the post this week. So I hope you get it in that week.
Okay. I will definitely post pictures of it when I get it. So I appreciate that so much.
Cool.
So, well, again, thank you so much, Fredde. It was great to finally talk to you, and good luck with the single, and hopefully you guys can figure out a way to make it over to the U.S. and then don't forget Nebraska when you go.
You never know what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and maybe we can headbang together if we are there.
Yeah, well, definitely. At least have a beer or something and talk. But yeah, again, thanks so much, Fredde, for calling. I appreciate it, man.
Have a nice day.
Yep, you too, buddy.
Have a nice night.
Yeah.
My day is beginning, but your night is...
it's in the middle of the night.
Thanks, man.
And I get to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, too. Yay. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, you take it easy, and thanks so much for calling, Fredde, and we will continue to play Massive Assault on the show, so I appreciate it.
Super cool.
All right.
Thanks
a lot.
man.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So very cool. For those of you that got